All right, we're going to get started with an opening statement from Coach Meek. Then we'll turn it over to Maisie, Kennedy, and Lucy for questions. After they're done with questions, they'll be dismissed, and we'll go back to Coach.
Yeah, just really proud of this team, the way they continue to just battle and stay together. And, I think there were moments in that game where it looked like things were getting really tough. And that's just when they kept coming together as a team and battling through things. And obviously Santa Clara is a great team that has had a great year and will continue to have a great year. And but we're just elated to have another shot in the championship this year. And we obviously know we're facing a great Gonzaga team. And we're really excited for this opportunity.
Questions for the student athletes?
Well, there was a lot there to unravel, but let's start with the last 2 seconds. Lucy, tell us what you saw when you saw Heel dribbling into the lane and kind of take us through that, please.
I mean, it's kind of just my job. It's what I do. So I honestly wasn't thinking a lot. I just kind of defended her, and luckily they got the stop. So yeah.
I think you've got 264 career block shots for Portland. Is this the biggest one you've had?
Yeah, it's probably one of the most important. So yeah.
For either Kennedy or Maisie, could you talk about the confidence you have in her at that moment when it's going to work or it's not going to work?
I mean, all of us, I think all the coaches, all of us players, like we all have so much confidence in each other, and especially Lucy, she's a really important piece for us, and I don't think there was ever a doubt when she came in. So,
Maisie, take us through the difference between the first half and the second half. You guys couldn't make the ball go in the hoop in the first half, and it looked like they were sort of dictating everything. What changed?
Yeah, I think we just stuck together as a team defensively and offensively. I don't think we really forced much offensively. We played team basketball, shared the ball, and we just had confidence that we'd knock them down eventually if we just stuck to our game plan and had trust in each other.
Kennedy, what was not working in the first half?
I mean, as like you said, shots weren't falling. So, like what Maisie said, we just stuck together and we made the second half a better half for us. So.
Maisie, can you talk about the matchup tomorrow? You guys beat them last year in this game. They are really good this year, haven't lost since November. Tell us what it's going to take for you guys to surprise everybody again.
Yeah, I think it's a really fun and exciting game. I think just given the opportunity to be on this stage again is really, really fun, and to do it with some of my best friends is really, really fun again. And so I think we're just going to come out with the mentality that we have nothing to lose. I mean, there's a lot of basketball to be played, and it's that time of the year where anything can happen. And so I think if we just stick together as a team, no matter the outcome, that we'll be successful and happy with how we walk away tomorrow.
Yeah, for Kennedy or Lucy, just how excited are you to have this game again tomorrow?
I mean, personally, this is my first final in the WCC tournament, so I'm super excited. But, as a team, we don't want to get too high, we don't want to get too low, and we just want to go into the game strong. So.
Lucy, before the game-winning block, a rare off night for you. How did you maintain your poise throughout, especially when you got the call to come back in for the final sequence?
I mean, I think I just trust my teammates a lot, and they were playing great basketball, so I was definitely happy for them to be out there. But I think defense is something that is a strong point in my game, so I think I was ready.
And then for anybody really, early on it was an avalanche, but you guys recovered. I think Deani really set the tone coming off the bench. How have you all seen her develop from when she stepped on the campus to today?
Yeah, she's a great player. I mean, she's a very talented freshman, and I think we'll keep seeing her grow and develop over the years here. And we're really thankful to have all three of our freshmen, and then we also added 2 transfers that really helped our team. So I think Dee has a lot left in her, and I think you're just seeing the beginning of what she's going to become. And so I would say that about all our new people on our team is we have a lot of talent, and it's really we're blessed to have that much talent.
Question in the back?
Maisie, being a Liberty kid and being an Eastern Washington kid, does this game, I guess every game against Gonzaga is big, but especially the title game, does it mean more to you?
I wouldn't say it means more. I don't really want to wait. I think I'm just thankful for the opportunity to play in any championship game. Like I kind of touched on before, this is every opportunity that we have to play in a game is a good one, and so I'm just really excited to take on this tough team with my best friends and just have fun out there.
Anything else for Maisie, Kennedy, or Lucy? Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach?
Michael, can you sum up the difference between the two halves?
You know, I think that the first half they just came out so physical, and it's so hard to move and cut and get to places, and they just do a great job of that. I mean, they do a great job of really playing hard off the ball, and I felt like our women did a great job of coming back out and just competing, and we're a great team as well, and it just felt like there was a time the team kind of got in a rhythm and forgot about everything else other than what we could control, and you know, obviously it was kind of a tale of two halves, and having Lucy come in, you know, having somebody that impacts the game, and I mean, here's somebody that you know, led the nation in block shots, and she just changes our whole defense. She allows us to just get out and guard and do different things, and you know, she's a big reason why we're coming back to the championship game again.
So were you thinking that they would try to shoot a three in that situation, or did you think that Heel would drive the lane?
You know, it's really hard. They're such a great shooting team. I think in our mind, we really wanted to take away the line. Worst case scenario, trying to send it into overtime. But when you have somebody that can protect the rim so well, that you know, really helps make those 2-pointers tougher if they weren't able to get a three. And so, you know, obviously Lucy is an elite rim protector, and she's been that her whole career. And again, she just makes us be able to play out everywhere because she's so good at protecting the rim.
When you're down, I think it was 22-6 early in the second quarter, what's your approach to telling them to not try to get it all back at once?
You know, I think more about we just need to play our game and staying together. And, you know, one thing that this team has been so awesome. They get along so well. They care about one another. They're so easy to be around. And, you know, but one thing, because we have so many new players, I mean, we have 3 great new transfers. We have 3 freshmen. You know, I mean, we're one of the newest teams in the whole league. Earlier in the year when things weren't going well, you know, it's hard sometimes as an individual not to just want to take that on yourself. And I think as the season has gone on, it's became more about, when things are tough, we need to come together that much more. And I really felt like in the second half, and even when we were down, there was no individual play. It was more about how can we execute together? How can we play together? And I felt like they did an awesome job of that. Really the last 3 games is probably the best we've been doing that all season long.
And can you just talk about the challenge tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, I mean, they rightfully won about every all-league award there is: Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, 4 all-league, 2nd team all-league, 6th Player of the Year. I mean, they're a loaded team, and they've done an awesome job with execution, how they play together. They've been around forever. You know, we know we have our work cut out, but just having this opportunity and to be back in the championship now, you know, back-to-back seasons is, especially with such a new team. I'm just so proud of this group, and I really feel like we haven't played our best against them yet. So, you know, I do feel like we have more than what we've shown in the past, but we also are fully aware of what an elite team they have.
Are there 1 or 2 things you know you have to do well to have a chance?
Well, we have to guard the 3-point line. I mean, they're an elite shooting team, and, you know, we've really struggled keeping them off the free throw line, and us getting to the line more. That's something that's going to have to be something that you know, plays a role in it. You know, we're going to have to keep them off the rebounds. I mean, there's not a lot of things that they don't do well. I mean, and they've done it all year long, in preseason, season, postseason. And we know what a great team they are, and we feel like we're getting better at the right time, and we're playing our best at the right time. But and we're just super excited to have this opportunity to be back in the championship game.
Coach, early in this game, it looked eerily reminiscent to the second matchup at the Levy Center. Where did you think your team found the extra gear this time around?
Well, it was similar too in the fact that we did kind of battle back into that game and kind of made it interesting, and so, you know, I just felt like we were able to kind of get over the you know, the where we were at, and you know, I do think that Kiana just stepped up big time, hit some big threes, and, you know, she's just been such an awesome addition, such a phenomenal teammate, and really was starting to get confident before she was out with an injury, and now we're getting her back. And you know, and I thought there were some players in the first half that did some good things to keep us in it, and just we kind of found a group that just seemed to be working well together, and I thought, and the whole bench just stayed in it, like brought great energy, and I hope that speaks to the culture we have, because that for us that's the most important thing. We don't talk about winning and losing. We talk about like togetherness and sharing each other's successes and failures, and being the best team that they can be. And I feel like this team is really starting to figure that out at the right time.
And that rare off night from Lucy and Emmy, how did Kennedy and Maisie especially take the extra, for lack of a better phrase, burden on their shoulders and help carry you guys over the top?
Well, I think it just, when you have so many good players, I feel like that's what we have is if you look at how many different leading scorers we've had throughout the season, it's probably 6 or 7, right? And that is one of the reasons why I feel like we have such a great team, is because we have so many good players, and we feel probably the strongest freshman class that we've had as well, that's been doing great things, and so we really love where we're at. And I think it showed already in this tournament. I mean, Kennedy has had 2 great games, clearly one of the best players in the league, and she's being able to be on a stage to show that right now.
Anything else for Coach?
I was curious on your approach to guarding Tessio. At Santa Clara last time, she was 6 of 16, despite 4 of 14, despite all the free throws, getting her to 20 points. So how do you guys approach her?
There's no real great way to guard her. I mean, she's just a phenomenal player overall, and she's just tough, and she's a warrior, and she wants to win. And I think that I think having somebody like Lucy, I don't know how she doesn't get enough credit for what she brings, but you have somebody like that can protect the rim, makes it, and Tessa's strength is getting at the rim and finishing over people, and Lucy, even when she is not getting a ton of block shots, she changes the game plan for other teams of how they're going to attack us. And so to me, I think she's a huge reason why we've had some success. I mean, she still had great games against us, but I think having somebody that can take away or help alter those shots inside, I mean, she's just a game-changing defender. I mean, I don't know how anybody could see it different, and it was great to see her come in and make probably one of the biggest defensive plays of her career tonight.
Coach, you mentioned it's a new team, a young team. Are you going to lean on some of that senior veteran leadership like Maisie, who's seen how to win a title game?
Well, I think we've kind of done that all year long. I mean, we have, Natalie's a great, she's going to be awesome here. Laney's going to be awesome. Ryan, I mean, but we also have a core of four players that started in this game last year, and then brought in some grad transfers that have been great at other places too. And so I feel like we've kind of been, like most programs will, you're going to play your older players more, and they're starting to kind of gel and come together at the right time. And then some of those younger kids are coming in, like Deani and Ryan and Leighton, and giving just a spark and some energy. And we believe every minute counts and every minute makes a difference. And though it might not always show up in the box score, like we feel like every player is bringing something to our team.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, we're going to get started with an opening statement from Coach, then we'll turn it over to the student athletes for questions. After that, you girls will be dismissed, and we'll turn it back over to Coach.
Okay, thanks. My opening statement is that was a heck of a college basketball game. Happy, well, happy is probably the wrong word. Proud to be involved in it. I thought our group competed and fought like I thought they would, and I'm proud of that. Tale of two halves, right? We controlled the first half, they controlled the second half. Came down to one possession, right? We have our chances. That's all you can ask for.
Questions for Olivia or Tess?
Hey, Tess, on that final play, can you take us through sort of what the options were that you had? Were you guys thinking if you take a three if you had it, or was it all along for you to drive into the bat? You've been getting a lot of fouls in the game, so that had worked for you, but what were you planning to do?
I mean, get an open shot. If they fouled, they fouled. I would try and draw the foul, but they were running a zone. It was a difficult situation. We knew they were going to stay out on Polly, so the three probably wasn't going to be there. So go for the two, go for the layup or the foul, and get the free throws.
Is it different with Cochran in there?
Yeah, she's 6'6".
Yeah. So in spite of that, that seemed like the best play to take.
Yeah, I think so.
Olivia, can you explain the difference between the two halves? Because it seemed like you guys dictated everything in the first half. It was a physical start, and they couldn't make a shot. Your defense was real good. What changed, do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I think we came out with a lot of momentum in the first half. We definitely had the upper hand in the game. I think the second half, like we knew Portland come out in the second half. They come out really strong and aggressive. We knew that was coming, but you know they hit some really big shots. They got their momentum, and we fought to the end. I mean, credit to us, but credit to Portland. I mean, they're a really, really quality team, and they played really well. So did us, but it was a fight to the end. It was just momentum for them.
Tess, obviously Portland, a very physical basketball team, both in the prior matchups and now. What is it about what they do that helps stymie the rhythm, especially in the second half?
Portland are really long. They're really athletic, and they're very versatile. They have 5 players who can get on the rim. They have 5 players who can hit threes. They're a hard team to stop. There was multiple mismatches, and that's difficult to handle.
And then Olivia, you and Tess make a living on the pick and pop game. How much more difficult was it knowing that they're pressing the whole time, they're running zone the whole time, and just making it hard for you guys to use your dribble penetration game to your benefit?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a different game going against a press and a zone, but we worked through different offenses to make sure we could still get the same looks, and I think we executed pretty well. It's just a different game against Portland.
Anything else for the student athletes? Thanks, ladies.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Questions for Coach?
So, Bill, when you saw them put Cochran in, what was going through your mind, and did you still think attacking the rim was the way to go on that?
Well, we were looking for an opening, right? And we drove it in there, and she blocked it. Yeah, I mean, we had driven it in there all game, and she hadn't blocked it, right? And she's good at that. Credit to her, she made a play.
And was it a deal where they were looking like they were taking away the perimeter shot?
Well, yeah, they were going to take Liv away, and JC went to the corner, and
Right.
you know, we thought we'd get an opening, and we did. And Tess got a good look and got a ball in a good spot, and like I said, Lucy made a play, and that's what this game came down to. I mean, plain and simple. There was plays made on both sides. It was, you know, they went on a run, we held them off, went on a run. You know, so like I said, it was just a really good college basketball game.
Talk about Tess's ability to, the whole second half, she couldn't get the ball to fall, but she certainly was able to draw fouls and get herself to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's something she's been doing all year, and even last year. She's really good at drawing fouls, and she just puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
You guys had won 9 in a row. Just talk about the finish to your season and how strong it was, and what you expect going forward now in terms of maybe another game.
Yeah, no, I think this team definitely deserves another game. We are definitely a postseason team. Our net says that, the way we play says that, and I hope people are listening. You know, we went 9 straight at the end in a really, really good conference. You know, so I'm proud of them. I'm proud of what they accomplished. Getting here to the semis, it didn't end here like we wanted to, but we should be playing next week.
Coach, you guys brought the physicality in a big way in the first half. How did Lara and Emma especially set the tone in the interior before Portland stormed back?
Yeah, they did a good job scoring and getting in the paint and putting pressure on their inside game. And that's, again, tale of two halves. We controlled the paint, and they spread us out in the second half and took advantage of some things and I think Liv said it, they made big shots. You know, not every open shot is made, and they made some big ones tonight. So credit to Portland.
And then in the second half, was them spreading you guys out I guess not motivation, but the genesis for you running more small ball and trying to get more ball handling and breaking the press, or was there something different in that regard?
Well, I think against them you have to have multiple ball handlers in there at all times, and we did a good job. We had 11 turnovers for the game, you know, and so, unfortunately a few of them came in a clump, you know, and that's kind of how they get going. But for the most part, I thought we handled their pressure pretty well tonight. Right? Maybe got a little worn down late with some of the shots we missed around the rim. And again, that's credit to Portland. But hey, my team kept fighting, right? I had no doubt that they would keep fighting. Down 6 with 1:10 or something like that, right? To have a chance to win the game, right? They kept fighting. That's what they've done all year.
And then last one, Mariah went down with an injury, unfortunately couldn't finish a game in the WCC tournament for the second year in a row. I was wondering if you had any update on her status.
I don't. It's unfortunate, but I don't have an update.
Anything else for Coach Carr? Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Yep.